Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and this is going to be a bit of an Authortube video and a life update. And while I talk to you, I'm going to be uploading a video to another platform. Health update, let's start with that. I'm not anemic anymore. My main doctor put me on iron supplements and referred me to a gastroenterologist who helped switch up my other meds that might have been interfering with my absorption, which is classically hard to track down and fix, but that seemed to do it. And now I have enough blood, enough hemoglobin count to actually donate blood if I wanted to. Right now I'm not really considering that because I don't want to give up my very hard-earned blood that I made myself. I was hoping that it would help more than it has with the fatigue. The fatigue's still pretty bad. So that's my health at the moment. Somewhat relatedly, I have had less energy for doing videos. I have been doing more of other hobbies. So I have been, I've switched back to doing some embroidery and a little bit of crochet and quite a bit of writing. I've been writing 500 words a day every day that I write, and I write 4 out of 7 days, which is like way more than it used to be. So over the last 6 months or so, I've written about 40,000 words, which is about half to 2/3 of a rough draft of a novel. So that's cool. That is across 3 different projects though. So I'm not that close to finished on any one project. The one I'm most forward with, I'm about a third of the way to a complete rough draft. And that one is a fantasy romance that I had a dream back in like February or something that inspired me to make this. It gave me a setting, main characters, and an inciting incident, so I was like, yes, thank you, I'll just take that. And I've actually kept all of those details pretty close to what they were in the dream so far. It hasn't been through any edits yet, of course, but yeah, I've got a whole idea for how that novel is going to go, and then I have an idea for a companion novel that will come after it featuring other characters, because this will be a complete romance between these characters, and then I'm planning another romance between some characters who are side characters in this one, and I'm like really excited about it. And then I got excited about solar punk and started writing a solar punk story that is like heavily self-insert. It's got like a lot of details of my own life in it, and like what my life would look like, mine specifically, in a solar punk future. I'll link below some like details about what solar punk is, because like I had not really known what it was until very recently. I'm very excited about that, and I've got about 7,000 words, so about 10% of a novel going there. And I'm thinking that one might be a little shorter. It might actually be a novella at only like 30,000 words, but we shall see how much I want to develop it. And that one is going to be a romance as well. Well, it's going to be a love story. I'm not sure if it's going to be romance or if it's going to end with a queer platonic relationship, but it's going to be that kind of story. My third story that I just started was like, I was reading some dragon shifter romances, and I was like, but what if both main characters were dragons? Because a lot of them, the dragon shifter is a man, and then the other person in the relationship is a woman who is a human. It'd be so cool if they were both dragons. And so now I'm writing this extremely self-indulgent, heavy on the smut book. I haven't actually written down any of the smut parts. I'm kind of nervous about that because I've never done that before. But that's kind of the purpose of that book. It's a erotica based romance. Heavy on the emotions because that's like important to me in my erotica, but still like much more of that than in most of my romances, because most of my main characters are asexual, sex repulsed. And it's also set in a world that is inspired by one particular bit of one of my favorite video games, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, and a couple of the characters, specifically their looks and like archetypes, are based on a couple of characters from that series, or from that specific game. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. And the video that I'm currently uploading to the other platform is of me illustrating one of these characters, and her name is Fura. She is the one of the main characters in the romance, and she looks like that. She likes pink. She has pink hair. Oh, the people in this world, at least the non-humans, maybe the humans as well, all have fancily colored hair, because that is common in Fire Emblem games, and I love it that way. So they all have colorful hair, and that's totally normal. And so that's what she looks like, and she has these purple things are her horns. In her human form, she has some horns, and then her dragon form, she's a big pink and red, and maybe some purple fire dragon. And then her, is he here? Where is he? Her love interest, I haven't colored in, but that's his sketch. And yeah, he wears corsets because I think corsets are extremely attractive on men. And I'm finally using this notebook that was very expensive, that I got a few years ago, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to put in it. So I decided that what I would put in it is paintings of characters from my works in progress, or what I want to be character art for my final books. So that's exciting. I'm also very excited about this project. This is a jacket. I don't know what the word is for this type of fabric. I would call it canvas-ish, but it's like really good for embroidery, because it's like it's not as rough and firm as like a jean jacket, but much like jean jackets, it's very good for embroidery because of how thick and tough and non-stretchy the material is. So when I saw it in a thrift store, I was like, I must have that so I can embroider all over it. I also have one patch. That's the Neko Cat Cafe Pride patch. All of these little cats have different pride flags. And they are so cute. From a cat cafe, I think in Seattle maybe, but I saw them on TikTok and was like, yes please. So I have embroidered on the back, first of all, smile over the lonely mountain, and then this is from the Del Toro series. This is the Belto del Toro, and then there's a quote from NCIS. We also have a Star Trek badge, the Master Sword from Zelda. While I was camping, I worked on this outline of Washington State that's going to have a mountainscape of Mount Rainier on it in the middle, and also I'm putting some pride flags the other side on the chest area. So first we have the biromantic flag. I didn't have grace to fill in the little heart that goes in the top corner, and then I'm going to have the ace flag above it. I didn't have any nice royal purple to do that one with, so that's what I'm very excited about right now, crafting wise. So with all that, I've had a little less energy to be filming videos. That's just the mood I'm in right now. I'll probably get bored of some of those and move on back to video making soon, but I just wanted to give you a little update and do a little upload just to keep things regular on here. So that's what's going on. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to know what's going on with you, and let me know about your hobbies other than YouTubing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!